Hello and welcome to an India Today special broadcast. I'm Gaurav Sawant. We're getting you the latest from Pakistan, where the situation remains extremely tense. The standoff between Imran Khan, former Prime Minister of Pakistan, and the Chief of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf on one side, and Pakistan's Army Chief General Asim Munir on the other. This perhaps is now the biggest battle in Pakistan, with Imran Khan naming General Asim Munir. While he was at the Islamabad High Court, Imran Khan made one thing very clear. It's not the institution of the army. It is one man, General Asim Munir. Of course, we are told Imran Khan has furiously been trying to backpedal from that statement later in the night, but through the night. So Imran Khan traveled from Islamabad to Lahore, and that 4-hour-long journey in Lahore, he was received quite like a hero in Lahore. Incidentally, at one point of time, Pakistan's Punjab province was seen as the bastion of the ruling Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz. But this is where Imran Khan has succeeded in making major inroads. So he is back at his Zaman Park residence. But the bigger story, or the bigger concern for Pakistan at this point of time, is this battle between the PDM government, or the Shahbaz Sharif government, on one side, and the Supreme Court backing Imran Khan on the other side. Because Maulana Fazlur Rahman has also made it very clear that they will now protest against the Supreme Court. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahbaz Sharif, said that the Supreme Court, judges of the Supreme Court, are like a wall around Imran Khan, not letting dispensation of justice happen. And those are grave charges that are being leveled. Both Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif and the ISPR, or Pakistan Army's media wing, have called the 9th of May as a black day when military installations were targeted. And I quickly want to cut across to Islamabad for the latest. India Today's Hamza Amir now joins us. Hamza Amir joins us with the latest. Hamza, good morning. It was a very, very long night for you as Imran Khan traveled from Islamabad to Lahore after threatening the Inspector General of the Lahore Police. But Hamza, talk to me and talk to our viewers here about the statement that Imran Khan made about General Asim Munir and the furious backpedaling later.
Well, Gaurav, if you see, we see two different shades of Imran Khan, and probably the whole party at large. Imran Khan, when he was arrested and he was in the custody of the police authorities under high security in the premises of the Islamabad High Court, his statement was very blatant. Once he was sure that he would be released, he name-called his army chief and pinpointed him out, saying that the whole institution is not wrong, it's only one man, and that is the army chief. And this is where he basically went on to mention and criticize and even raise questions on the credibility of the army chief, because when he starts calling names, he also adds that statement up with saying that his 2 attempts have been made to assassinate him, and third will be done as well. So it is a direct, very serious accusation that he lodged on the army chief. That prompted a response from the ISPR, who said that the whole army is united under one army chief, and there is no difference of opinion between the ranks going forward. But since the time Imran Khan left from Islamabad, he was on the motorway, the tone started to change. Once he stopped in the middle to have tea somewhere en route to Lahore, Imran Khan's statement came out saying that I did not say anything wrong against the army chief, and that message is what I have also have told people to actually extend to the army chief as well, that his statement should not be taken as a personal attack. Now, I don't know what other statement can be a direct personal attack on the army chief than to what he actually said. And this is how we see the two shades of Imran Khan, and probably the whole party at large as well, which is something that probably is already identified and mentioned by the army as well, who said that on one side, one person says, one chief of the political party says that the army is wrong and the army wants to kill him and the chief wants to kill him. And on the other breath, they say that they are not against the army, it is their own army. It is basically what they say. We're
actually seeing 50 shades, if I may, 50 shades of Imran Khan in the past so many days. But I want to understand from you, and for the benefit of our viewers here, there is a history between between General Asim Munir and Imran Khan, and Imran Khan doesn't really come out smelling of roses when it comes to the manner in which he treated General Asim Munir when he was the Prime Minister of Pakistan.
Top of his forcing ability when the appointment of the army chief was underway. If you remember, during that time, PTI launched a long march from Lahore and ended in Rawalpindi. It took a whole month, and during that time, Imran Khan was having off-the-camera conversations, telling his own people and media persons as well that I have spoken to them and I've been committed that Asim Munir is not going to be made the army chief, because he did not want him there. There is a very difficult history between these two. When Imran Khan was the Prime Minister, the ISI chief was appointed as the then sitting Lieutenant General Asim Munir. And Asim Munir, basically, in compliance to his duty, had brought forward to him in documentation many issues of corruption that are now highlighted today against him. And he said, in Punjab, your wife and her affiliates are doing something very wrong in which you need to intervene because it is going to come back and bite you. Similarly, what happened in February, Imran Khan was again advised to call in a joint session of the parliament to actually give a joint statement against India on the matter of Balakot attack and Pakistan's response, so that the United Nations can see that everyone is united on the matter. Imran Khan was not happy with Asim Munir's recommendations to him, especially in reference to his wife and her ongoing activities in the Punjab province primarily. And he was so ill that he actually went on to meet the then Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa, and he told him to replace him with immediate effect. And as per reports, he was actually told in the middle of the night on a Saturday that you are not going to be present in the office tomorrow as an ISI chief, and he was moved to Gujranwala's Corps Commander's office.
So I want to understand this from you. I want to understand this from you, and for the benefit of our viewers. General Asim Munir, who's currently the Pakistan Army Chief, was DG ISI when Imran Khan was Prime Minister of Pakistan. And as DG ISI, the spy master of Pakistan, he walked up to the Prime Minister carrying some documents and files in his hands, and those documents at that point of time at least were eyes only. They were only meant for the Prime Minister's eyes. And in those documents, the DG ISI, General Asim Munir, told the Prime Minister that your wife Bushra Bibi was, and her family members or friends were involved in cases of corruption or allegedly involved in cases of corruption, and that doesn't reflect very good on Imran Khan as Prime Minister. So kindly restrain your wife. This is what General Asim Munir as DG ISI told Imran Khan, and this honest, upright Imran Khan had General Asim Munir sacked. Is that what we are to understand?
Exactly, this is what happened, and this is not only one time, this happened multiple times. The then sitting ISI chief Asim Munir had come to Imran Khan multiple times with separate documents showing that his wife is indulging into activities that are going to hurt his political career going forward. But Imran Khan was not happy with the ISI chief actually doing what he thought was not his job, and he should not be peddling into those matters. And that is why he went on to meet General Bajwa and had him sacked. Now that bitter memory is still prevailing. That is why Imran Khan did not want General Asim Munir to become the army chief. That is why a long march was taken out, took whole month, and instead of coming to Islamabad, it ended in Rawalpindi. And that also after him dissolving his own provincial assemblies. So since then, the bitter memory is there. And since the time Asim Munir has come in, the whole scenario of the army has changed. Asim Munir is not a photo op person. He's not appearing before the camera over and over again. And Imran Khan, all of his doors of communication to the establishment that used to be always open for him 24/7 have been completely shut. There is no contact. They don't want to talk to him. They are not talking to him. Even his attempts to talk to the establishment directly in the middle when he was calling on the establishment to come into play and ensure that early elections are held has not been even responded to. So that is where Imran Khan has actually faced the heat, and now he feels that the army chief who he had a very bitter history with in the past, is not going to spare him in any way going forward, or at least there is going to
No,
be
but
no
isn't
support
Imran Khan playing a very dangerous game? And that's again something I want to understand from you. Isn't a very dangerous game being played by Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf? Yes, in a democracy, the army has to be subservient to the political leadership. But is Imran Khan, many in Pakistan accuse him and his party of trying to divide the Pakistan army. And I want to understand, to an extent, have they succeeded? The fact that the Lahore Corps commander, who became the Corps commander just 6 months ago, Lieutenant General Salman Fayaz Ghani, he was removed as Corps commander. Apparently some other officers have been removed. Apparently some other officers are alleged to have, or reported to have, refused to obey orders to rein in Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party members when they went on the rampage, including targeting military installations from the Corps commander's residence to GHQ gate number 4 to ISI headquarters Appara to Mianwali Pakistan Air Force Base to Radio Pakistan Peshawar to Radio Pakistan in other places. In all of this, is the Pakistan army, or at least a section of it, with Imran Khan's supporters?
During Bajwa's time, the former army chief, there was indeed an extended support present within the army, not only Bajwa, but many other people, like the then sitting DGISI, General Faiz Hamid. He was basically someone who was very close, and some people even say he used to call the shot for Imran Khan as well. So now, since the new army chief has come in, and you and I know that any time that there is an incident that is an introvert or a security situation, there is a mechanism of internal inquiry within every military establishment. And right now, that is exactly what is going on. So it would not be wrong to say that there are people who are being investigated on what went wrong. How were people able to reach to the gate of the GHQ in Rawalpindi, and how were the people able to actually go inside and do the looting in the amount of time at the Corps commander's residence in Lahore. So that has certainly been underway. But as far as the dangerous game that you mentioned is concerned, yes, Imran Khan is playing with fire when he talks like this, especially at a time when the army has already mentioned him as a two-faced policy person. On one side, he is against the army, and very, very harshly. On the other side, he says, it is our army and we love our army. And this is something that they are not, again, ready to agree to. Because remember, Imran Khan was known as a selected prime minister. Selected prime minister who was brought in, taken care of, nurtured, brought to light by the military establishment. And General Bajwa, since the time he left at the seat of army chief, Imran Khan has been after him like anything. If he says, I dissolved the assembly on directions of Bajwa, I was doing everything on directions of General Bajwa, everyone seems to understand that, yes, he basically was brought with the support of the establishment. And now, look at what Imran Khan demands since day one. He is not calling for democracy to be prevailed. He is calling on the military intervention to bring him back into power. He lashes out at them. He calls them Janwar. He calls them...
Imagine.
Yes, and this is something that a person who is a political leader is calling on an intervention from a military establishment, an unconstitutional intervention.
And by abusing them. And by abusing them. I mean, it just sounds very bizarre. It just sounds very bizarre. But, in your appreciation and from what you've picked up in your extensive conversations, whether with the army or with the people, with the analysts in Pakistan, has the Pakistan army closed down Project Imran? Is the army fed up with Imran? Will the army continue, or a section of the army continue to support Imran Khan? Because we are also told that there could be some kind of a coup within the Pakistan army, and that's a strong word to use, that the effort is some of the Corps commanders may try to jettison General Asim Munir, bring in somebody else who's closer to Imran Khan, and then once again that section of the army will try and restore Imran Khan as Prime Minister of Pakistan. Or is that a pipe dream of PTI workers and leaders and analysts?
Well, I can say it is more like a wish list now for PTI workers and even for Imran Khan, because any door that was there that was even half open and had hopes of lights coming out for support of Imran Khan have been completely shut and locked up, and even their gatekeepers have been removed. So Imran Khan basically has not been able to even go through anybody to knock on the door of the military establishment, and that is where he has faced a very difficult position, because before that he was there 24/7.
Yes.
He was being told what to do, how to walk, what to say, what not to say, when to wake up, when not to wake up. And as a person who has been taken care of that way, probably does not understand how it is to live without them. And if it so happens he basically would actually bash them out, that would probably be the way forward for him, pushing them to come back to his rescue. I think this is exactly what Imran Khan has been doing and has been failing, because as far as General Asim Munir is concerned, he seems very, very rigid on Imran Khan support policy. He has said that army is not going to be with any political party, and especially Imran Khan. Imran Khan is a tried and tested shell that does not need to be refurnished again, because the way Imran Khan has actually taken a stand against the establishment, the very people who actually took him up, brought him to light into the political arena and gave him the taste of power, and the way he has actually backfired at him, I don't think that there are any hopes for Imran Khan in that regard going forward.
Very interesting, you should point that out, Hamza. For the moment, many thanks for joining me. We will keep coming back to you for the latest in Islamabad. We'll also go across to Lahore and get to the latest, because that is where Imran Khan is strategizing his next move. Now, his words have to be weighed very carefully. Imran Khan has actually called for jihad for azadi. He's using religious connotations to everything that he says, and there are several analysts in Pakistan and overseas who say that Imran Khan wants to now be the supreme leader of Pakistan, with the army subservient to him and not to the constitution of Pakistan. Very, very precarious times in Pakistan. We bring you this ground report about how Pakistan's fate hangs in balance.
Pakistan is simmering after days of violent protests. Imran Khan's supporters on Friday thronged the streets, flaunting weapons in a show of strength, celebrating his release.
Imran Khan zindabad! Zindabad! Imran Khan, ye jaan tumhare liye aur inshallah ye teh karenge ye jaan.
Their leader was produced before the Islamabad High Court in the morning, as ordered by the country's Supreme Court.
पीटीआई के जो वकील हैं उनको आगाह किया गया है कि इस हवाले से वक्त इमरान खान के साथ यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं, तो स्पेस कम होने की वजह से वकील को बोलने और
A 3-tier security cordon was deployed at the High Court to prevent any untoward incident. Military vans, patrols and containers with thousands of security forces were on the field. Immediately after Imran made it to court, Pakistan's DIG operations came armed with 10 arrest warrants. Imran claimed a second arrest was definitely in the offing.
रिलीफ मैं हाई कोर्ट पे बैठा हूँ, मेरे पास कोई उनके पास एक जवाब नहीं था मुझे पकड़ने का, मुझे एब्डक्ट किया गया है और जाके वहां फिर पहली दफा मुझे वारंट दिखाई जाता है जब मुझे जेल में ले जाते हैं। ये तो जंगल के कानून में होता है।
A minister in the Shehbaz Sharif government has made it clear Imran will be put behind bars in the many cases he's facing. Imran himself is fearing the worst and is alleging the High Court judges are hand in glove with the ruling establishment. An audio clip of Imran in conversation with his party spokesperson, Musharrat Chima, has surfaced online in which he complains of malified action against him.
एक आजम साथी से ये भी जरूर बात करो कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी इसके ऊपर वो करें, क्योंकि ये तो बिल्कुल जो इन्होंने किया है ये तो बड़ा मैलिफाइड है।
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सर, हम
तो आजम साथी का कहना है
जी सर आप बेफिक्र हो जाए। हम
तो ये नहीं, ये क्या कर रहा है ये जो चीफ जस्टिस है, ये तो ऑर्डर लेता है इनसे।
अभी इसने नैब वाले आए, फलाने आए, तो हमने कहा है कि जी अभी अब सलमान सफदर साहब को मैं उनके बिल्कुल सामने खड़ी हूँ कि भाई आप उनको कहें कि कोर्ट में प्रोड्यूस करें, हमें कोर्ट में लेके आए। ख्वाजा हारिस साहब और उनके मैं बिल्कुल साथ बैठी हूँ कि कोर्ट में प्रोड्यूस करें ना, हम नहीं ऐसे जा सकते, हम कोर्ट के अंदर ही मौजूद है। जिस ये जज के पास आपका लगा हुआ, चीफ जस्टिस के पास केस
नहीं, लेकिन ये तो उनसे ही ऑर्डर लेता है। वो आजम से बात करो दूसरी तरफ, उस उधर अभी आजम से जरूर कहना।
ओके सर।
But as tensions grew and the crossfire intensified, Imran Khan was granted blanket bail in all cases against him with no possibility of arrest until May the 17th. Pakistan is living its worst nightmare since 1971. The country is struggling to manage financial and food crises, and the latest political issue has left the country in tatters. With Hamza Amir in Islamabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
Pakistan is actually living its worst nightmare. Of course, after the 16th of December 1971, when Pakistan was split into two and Bangladesh was born. Now, for Pakistan, that was a black day. Once again, 16th of December was a black day for Pakistan when 150 Pakistan Army school children, teachers and others were killed at Peshawar when Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan terrorists, once nurtured, trained, armed and launched by the Pakistani deep state, attacked Pakistan Army children. And now, according to the Pakistan Army and Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, the 9th of May was another black day in the history of Pakistan when the Corps Commander Lahore's house was targeted and torched, ransacked, looted, plundered, along with targeting of ISI headquarters at Abpara, General Headquarters at Rawalpindi, Pakistan Air Force Base at Miawali and several other military installations and government installations by Pakistanis themselves. In fact, I want to quickly bring in India Today's Abhishek Bhalla for more on this. And Abhishek and our team, we keep a hawk eye on developments across the line of control. Because in military, it's always said you must know what's happening on the other side of the hill. That's equally important for journalists. And Abhishek, morning. Imran Khan managed to reach back Lahore. Many even in Pakistan feared कि जो jeep Pakistan में भी पलट सकती है. Fortunately, that didn't happen for Imran Khan. But what's Imran Khan's strategy from this point on? What are you picking up? What's happening in Pakistan, Abhishek?
Well, Gaurav, Imran Khan is out of jail, out on bail, and he is clearly playing victim at this point of time. He has blamed the army chief, made a personal attack on him, saying that whatever has happened, he's responsible for it. In fact, in a way, he is giving a clean sheet of sorts to security agencies, saying that they are not responsible for this. It's the army chief. He said that the army chief is worried that if I come to power, I will de-notify, which I tried my best to send him a message. I will not. All this is happening is direct orders from him. He is the one who's convinced that if I win, he will be de-notified. So a clear attack on the army chief, saying that the army chief is sort of scared if he gets back to power, playing the victim. And, he's also alleged that over 5,000 people have been arrested over the last 1 year.
5,000 people.
Yes,
I want to understand from you, Abhishek. एक हिंदी में कहावत है, and I'm sure our viewers, whether in India or across the world, they understand. जल में रह के मगर से बैर नहीं कर सकते. You can't be in water and fight the crocodile or have the crocodile as your enemy. But that's exactly what Imran Khan appears to be doing. The most powerful man in Pakistan is the Pakistan Army Chief, the institution of the Pakistan Army Chief. And Imran Khan is taking on the Pakistan Army. So is this some kind of a suicide mode that he is in? He's like a khudkush, an atmaghati hamla that Imran Khan is launching on the Pakistan Army Chief. He knows he may die, but he'd rather kill the Army Chief too.
That's precisely what's happening, Gaurav. He is on a mission like a man possessed. It's very clear that when he came to power, he had the blessings of the army. It's not as if he became the Pakistan Prime Minister without without being cozy with the Pakistani army. It's only during the course of his tenure that he managed to create a split of sorts within the Pakistani army. And whatever we are seeing is in a way a result of that. We've heard a lot, read a lot that there are different camps within the Pakistan army. There are people, generals who are supporting him. There are few who are dead against him. So there is no doubt that there are two divergent views.
Tell us more about these camps in the Pakistan army, because so far each time there was either a coup in Pakistan, whether it was in 1958 or 1977 or 1999, the army was rock solid behind the institution of the chief of the army staff. And many analysts say that in the Pakistan army, it's a womb to tomb organization. Once you join it, you can only harness all the benefits. If you stay with it, stay loyal to the army till the time you reach your tomb. But is there a split in that? Explain the divide in the Pakistan army as you perceive it, as your analyst friends perceive it.
Gaurav, this is a phenomena that started about 6, 7, 8 months back, where there were certain splinters, if we can say so, within the institution. The institution that up till now has always been at the forefront. In fact, it's seen as running the country. The Pakistani army goes way beyond its mandate. The mandate for an army would be, looking at geopolitics, strategic planning, and of course, guarding your borders. That's something that we look at our own army here in India. But in Pakistan, everything from manufacturing of cement to taking big policy decisions, the army has always been involved in. There have been several coups. This time around, if you see, there is a bit of a difference. The army has always tried to distance itself from the domestic politics. This time around, the messaging has been that they have nothing to do with it. Ever since Imran Khan was removed as Prime Minister. And since then, a lot of developments took place, over 100 cases against Imran Khan. The Election Commission, barring him from contesting elections in connection with one of the cases against him. But in all those cases, we saw that the army is playing a back seat of sorts and was not seen speaking about the politics of Pakistan. So there was some kind of a difference. Whether this was by strategy or they were forced to do so is something that has not been very clear. But what is clear, Gaurav, is that the Pakistan army, perhaps for the first time in that country's history, has been challenged. What we saw that day on the streets of Pakistan, different cities, it was a clear defiance of what the army has been doing for decades now. Now, whether Well, Gaurav, there is certainly an attempt to change status quo in Pakistan. Now, one can say that it's politically motivated, but then Imran Khan is a politician. The fact that he has managed to gather a cadre that can go and openly challenge the army, not just challenge the army, barge into their homes, breach the highly fortified zones of these military areas, get into general headquarters in Rawalpindi, and then say things like this is the zina house, as you mentioned, which means that these are places from where illegalities or sins are committed. Very strong views, very strong emotions, and you are absolutely right. Whether this is going to continue, will this turn into a renaissance of sorts, is very difficult to predict. But one thing has been done, which nobody had expected, that the Pakistani army will be openly challenged by the people on the ground, on the streets.
So then is this endgame Imran Khan? Because this can only end up in two ways. Once Imran Khan has directly challenged the authority of Pakistan's Army Chief General Asim Munir, the individual or the institution, एक म्यान में दो तलवारें नहीं रह सकती. You know, that's a very old saying. Does this mean either Imran Khan or General Asim Munir now have to go? Is it endgame Imran Khan in Pakistan?
Well, Gaurav, it seems like that, the army now will have to finally sort of decide whether they are going to call the shots in the domestic politics of Pakistan or whether they will take a back seat. Whether Imran Khan will be able to push them back is the big question. And it's not just about Imran Khan or General Munir. It's also about the institutions, the institution of the Prime Minister, the civil government, and the military that has been enjoying power for decades in Pakistan. Whether that's going to change or not is difficult to predict. But one thing is for sure, that there is going to be a lot of turmoil in Pakistan in days to come. If we haven't seen enough of turmoil, well, this might see an amplification of sorts in the days and months to come. This is definitely not going to end here.
So, if we were to compare the current situation in Pakistan with the situation that existed in East Pakistan before December 1971, and why I am drawing that parallel is because Imran Khan and leaders of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf have warned the Pakistan army that the situation in West Pakistan is exactly the same today as it was in East Pakistan in 1971, perhaps the month of March 71. So let's break this down. What is Imran Khan saying? In 1971, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman had one popular mandate. That point of time, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto did not permit that to happen, and that is why there was a massive crackdown on Bengalis of East Pakistan. According to Sheikh Hasina, 30 lakh women were gang raped by Pakistan army men in then East Pakistan. 30 lakh is the figure that she put out at the United Nations. Imran Khan and his supporters are saying Imran Khan has the popular mandate, but he's not allowed to be the Prime Minister. That time it was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. This time it's Shahbaz Sharif and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's grandson, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, as Foreign Minister of the PDM government, who are holding back that popular mandate. Again, that violence against women in East Pakistan is the violence against the women right now, Imran Khan supporters. Of course, scales completely different. 30 lakh there, and cases that are being reported from Punjab, and the anger in Balochi women or Pashtun women is that people are only noticing this, Abhishek, today because those are Punjabi women and Punjabi Muslim, well-heeled Punjabi Muslim women who are being targeted by the army or the police in Punjab province. Baloch women and Pashtun women have been targeted regularly by the same army, and no one speaks up for them. But is there a parallel as Imran Khan and his supporters try to draw, warning Pakistan, and we will also play out that reaction? They're warning Pakistan that unless Imran Khan is made Prime Minister, unless Imran Khan is safe, there could be many more Bangladeshis in West Pakistan now.
Well, Gaurav, the parallel that you drew with East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh, and what is happening in Pakistan right now, definitely there is something to look into, a big concern, and also the fault lines within Pakistan are getting exposed completely. While on one side, the Pakistani establishment has been constantly trying to crush the Baluchi movement, which wants some kind of autonomy, independence. For decades, they've been saying that they've been victims of the Pakistani state.
Yes,
suddenly now you have the majority Punjabi Muslim population of Pakistan, which is coming out and speaking in one voice. So those fault lines are something that even the Pakistani civilian politicians need to address. Imran Khan needs to be very clear about this. If he gets back to power and if he wants to crush the army, will he listen to the Baluchi population? That's something I'm afraid Imran Khan, or for that matter, any other civilian politician in Pakistan might not want to do. So there are a lot of fault lines within Pakistan even now. And in days and months to come, all these things will creep in to the discourse, and these uncomfortable questions will be asked to Imran Khan.
Yes, it's a very lethal cocktail right now in Pakistan. It's a near bankrupt state where the army and the people, or at least Imran Khan supporters, are at loggerheads, and the Supreme Court stands accused by the Prime Minister and the ruling party in Pakistan, or the ruling coalition in Pakistan, of being a hand in glove with Imran Khan, with Maryam Nawaz going to the extent of saying that the Chief Justice of Pakistan, Umar Ata Bandial, should stop being Chief Justice and become a cadre of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. But be that as it may, more than 1,800 supporters of Imran Khan have been taken into custody. Some of the images are actually horrifying of the crackdown that has taken place on Imran Khan supporters. But the crackdown is massive. The Punjab police chief, he went on television to say that they have video evidence, they've got faces of those who are leading the protests, and he said all these so-called modern women of Punjab, the ones who are who are participating in this movement with Imran Khan, they've got their faces. Now when they apply for a character certificate for a visa, or when they seek a visa, they will not get it. The youth who are participating, when they seek a character certificate to apply for a job, they will not get that character certificate, and they will never get a government job. That's the police chief on record, on camera. We bring you this report.
A brief moment of triumph for his enraged supporters. That's when Pakistan's Supreme Court ruled his arrest as illegal. But that hasn't pushed the government led by Shehbaz Sharif onto the back foot. Pakistan's Interior Minister has publicly declared that Imran Khan will be arrested again, regardless of an unprecedented showdown between civilians and the country's powerful army over the prosecution of the former Prime Minister. The government has expanded its crackdown on Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party. In the Punjab province, the police have charged at least 650 of his supporters under anti-terror laws in Lahore alone. More than 1,000 activists of Imran's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf have been arrested so far. And they aren't just ordinary workers. Several of his party's top leaders and former ministers have also been detained by the police. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf spokesperson Fawad Chaudhry was taken in on Wednesday night. Former Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi was picked up on Thursday. PTI leaders Ali Mohammad Khan, Ijaz Chaudhry and former Minister Asad Omar have also been arrested. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Senior Vice President Shireen Mazari was taken into custody in a pre-dawn raid in Islamabad on Friday. Imran's party has condemned the arrests. The 70-year-old leader accuses the Pakistani establishment of plunging the country into jungle raj.
कोई उनके पास एक जवाब नहीं था मुझे पकड़ने का, मुझे एब्डक्ट किया गया है और जाके वहां फिर पहली दफा मुझे वारंट दिखाई जाता है जब मुझे जेल में ले जाते हैं। ये तो जंगल के कानून में होता है और फौज एब्डक्ट कर लेती है।
A country of 220 million people in the grip of chaos and anarchy that's only getting worse. Pakistan on the verge of a permanent implosion. With Hamza Amir in Islamabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
So there is a massive crackdown on Imran Khan supporters, and Imran Khan is now in his den. He's reached Zaman Park. This is where Imran Khan in Lahore will strategize his next course of action. But the Pakistan government in Islamabad is also strategizing how they will come around the Supreme Court standing like a wall around Imran Khan, as Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif put it. What's the current situation in Pakistan and what's the road ahead? Few people understand Pakistan better than India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan, who joins us on the broadcast. Geeta, good morning. What's the latest that you are picking up from Pakistan? What's the road ahead for Imran Khan, given the fact that he's directly attacked Pakistan's army chief, General Asim Munir? Can he survive after this?
Well, it is a very, very difficult road ahead. Firstly, the strategizing into how the other leaders of PTI need to be out. Imran Khan is out. We'll have to wait and see how the administration and the authorities look into the cases and the arrests that have been made of other PTI leaders. That's the first. Secondly, there are going to be no elections, but Imran Khan is now going to take to the streets, talk to the people, demand elections. And why would he be doing that? Because he already has said that his workers will not indulge in violence. We'll have to wait and see whether that really holds true or not. So elections would be the other thing. But the biggest challenge right now for Imran Khan, with the chatter that I'm picking up from Pakistan, Gaurav, is what is he going to be charged with? Now, with the courts, this is the civilian courts, the judiciary now coming out and saying that he cannot be arrested on any count, whether if it's the previous cases, the 121 cases that they had urged the courts to club and treat them as one whole case for the convenience of the party leadership. Apart from that, he cannot be arrested for any of the future cases as well, which is quite interesting because it almost seemed like, and I will not be held in contempt, so I can say it in India, it almost seemed like, yes, the judiciary yesterday, certainly, I was completely siding with the Chief Justice, and Gaurav, we've had an argument and a debate on that as well, with the Chief Justice's decision the day before. But yesterday's decision on no arrests, giving him the convenience of going back to his house, although the day before that there were reports of threats, so on and so forth, allowing him room to decide and say, well, this case should be out, in this he should be getting bail, so on and so forth. Again, it was unprecedented. But if not the civilian court, then where can the military really hold him accountable? There might not be a martial law, as the ISPR statement says, but there could be charges of treason. He's named the army chief. He's named senior officials of the army. It's a very, very serious matter. Okay. And Imran Khan could really be in a lot of trouble. Now, there are two senior... If
I may, I will not say I told you so, because I'm always told it's better to lose an argument than lose a friend. But then, Geeta, I told you so. But let's move on from this point and let's now talk about what next for Imran Khan. Yes, the Prime Minister says that, the Supreme Court judges and these 8 judges of Supreme Court, including Chief Justice Umar Ata Bandyal, are standing like a wall around Imran Khan. They're not letting justice happen. Maryam Nawaz has gone to the extent of saying the Chief Justice should just leave office and become a member of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. There are leaked audio conversations of Justice Bandyal's mother-in-law and other members of the family. You've also heard, Geeta, the leaked conversation of Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan with his party leader, where he's saying usse baat karo aur ye karo aur falana karo. So it's very clear that Imran knows the judiciary is on his side. But doesn't that bring into question the credibility of higher judiciary in Pakistan?
No, again, Gaurav, I'll make that distinction because you said I told you so. Now, the Chief Justice's decision, Supreme Court's decision of saying that his arrest was illegal was on the right grounds. Now, if I turn the argument around and I ask you if the Chief Justice, and it was a 3-judge bench, not a single judge, not just the Chief Justice, if the 3-judge bench had decided and called the arrest and the method and the manner in which it was done legal, would then we have not said that they're siding with the army, that they're towing the army line, because it would have been unacceptable. So what the Supreme Court did was absolutely on the right lines. Irrespective.
Look at the pattern of the Supreme Court actions. How can a person be given bail in crimes that he hasn't even been charged with yet?
High Court. That's Islamabad High Court. So,
it's a group of judiciary, higher judiciary in Pakistan.
No.
Are they not behaving in a blatantly partisan manner is the question that we are asking.
No, Gaurav, a huge distinction. What happened in the Supreme Court, I still stand by. If they would have ruled otherwise, that would have been a grave travesty of justice. Here, it was not the case. He actually ruled, and what everybody saw was happening. The military and the establishment taking Imran Khan out of the court premises in the manner in which it was done. Warrants not handed over. So, and he he and his party had not been told up until then details of the 121 cases that he was charged with. So that was a different matter. Islamabad High Court's decisions yesterday certainly came as a shocker, does not take away from the fact that the civilian government, in the statements that they've made, could be held accountable in terms of contempt of court, whether it's Maryam Aurangzeb or Maryam Nawaz.
Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif or Maulana Fazlur Rahman, who's saying that now they will protest outside the judiciary, outside the Supreme Court of Pakistan. But if I may, if we take this conversation forward, you know, some analysts are saying Bakre ki amma kab tak khair manayegi for Imran Khan, because fine, he may have got bail till now. There are 650 FIRs and not every FIR names him yet. What if he's named? And this is what Rana Sanaullah has indicated, the Interior Minister of Pakistan. This is high treason, targeting of military installations, burning down a corps commander's house, targeting Radio Pakistan, targeting Para ISI headquarters, Pakistan Air Force Base Miawali. Rana Sanaullah says there is evidence, there are audio conversations of Imran Khan inciting a mob, that in case I'm arrested, this is what you need to do. Point 1. Point 2, Geeta, Imran Khan using these religious connotations, you know, when he says आज़ादी प्लेट पे रख के नहीं मिलेगी, जिहाद करना होगा, जिहाद for आज़ादी. Is Imran Khan trying to emerge as the supreme religious leader of Pakistan with every institution subservient to Imran Khan?
Well, when he says jihad for them means a war for justice. So not religious leader, but certainly a leader who has taken on the army. And while Gaurav, we've seen this cycle time and again, and you know that the Pakistani military will do whatever it takes to continue remaining in power, to retain power. And if that means charging him with high treason, so be it. A senior journalist yesterday was asking me, but what's the end game? The end game in Pakistani politics, one would be for the Pakistani establishment to realize that they cannot pit anybody against the political stalwarts within Pakistan and think that they'll get away with it. A Frankenstein's monster in many ways than one has been created with the emergence of Imran Khan, who was propped up by the Pakistani army. And today they're having a huge problem. What's the road ahead? What's the end game, or where does Imran Khan's future go? For me, and it's a grim picture I paint, but for me, it's very clear. He either has a very long political future, whether he's in the opposition or in power, he will get seats and votes. He does have a long political future, Gaurav. Either that, or he has something very, very grim, which would be either a threat to his life directly, or incarceration for a very long time. So if it's the latter, if you remove Imran Khan out of PTI, there certainly there will be no PTI as such. The party exists because Imran Khan exists. There is no leader within the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf who is as strong or enjoys as much popularity or has managed to capture the aspirations, vision, dreams of the people of Pakistan. Imran Khan has managed to do that. So he either has a long political future or he has none at all, which includes whether if he will live long enough how...
For a moment, there's breaking news coming in, and I want to share this breaking news with our viewers here on India Today. The Punjab government has decided to form a joint investigation team to find out the culprits behind the unrest, violence and looting that started from the 9th of May that has been described as a black day in Pakistan's history, both by Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif and by DG ISPR. The caretaker Chief Minister of Punjab Province, Mohsin Naqvi, has said all the culprits will be arrested and terrorism cases will be lodged against them. The joint investigation team will investigate the violent incidents on the 9th of May and submit a report to the government. So the crackdown has started in Pakistan. Crackdown clearly on Imran Khan's voters and supporters. So Geeta, the government now cracking down at every level. They've taken in close to 2,000 people. That's the information that we have. Imran Khan's party, of course, puts the figure at a much higher number. Apparently, several women workers and leaders have also been taken into custody. What I want to understand from you, Geeta, is if there is this crackdown, will Imran Khan be able to survive this? Rana Sanaullah is very clear that Imran Khan, with all his cases of corruption and inciting violence, will not be allowed to get away scot-free.
Well, that's exactly what we were discussing just a while ago, Gaurav. The situation and the trouble only begins now for Imran Khan. For all the space and political space that he got, this is the time when the army is going to squeeze in, corner him, almost suffocate the party. You will see that in some time. So it's a matter of a few weeks. There is no other option in Pakistan but the military, and the military is not going to let go of power. If there is any change in terms of how the people view it, and if this Jan Andolan, so to say, this revolution, people's movement continues, then maybe it will be difficult, very difficult. The military will find it very difficult to incarcerate Imran Khan. But nonetheless, this is a move in what we were discussing, that there is going to be high treason charges. Now, what surprises me over here, Gaurav, and humor me, this is a man who has been caught on tape time and again, and irrespective, he continues to speak on phone and continues to give so much of, knowing very well that there are people listening in, tapping into his phone, and any phone he picks up, anybody he's speaking to, even if it's somebody else's phone he borrows and speaks to, they have all the conversations recorded. We've had some very controversial audio tapes of Imran Khan too in the recent past, and yet quite incorrigible. He continues to talk. He continues to fall into that pit. Maybe there weren't many options. He did not have those options when he was confined, and he needed to speak. But the fact is that these past few days are going to be, and the evidence collected are going to become the biggest challenge. While they are looking at it as victory, these few days are going to be the biggest challenge in proving that they were not part of a conspiracy or treason against the state.
Pakistani state, in a way, they've cut their nose to spite their face. So fine, no elections will be held on the 15th of May. And now, there is no way elections can be held in the Punjab province. But can they still be held in October? Or with these cases of high treason coming up against Imran Khan? The fact that military installations were targeted, the institution of the army in general, and Asim Munir in particular have repeatedly been targeted by Imran Khan. Is it now clear only one of the two will survive? Either General Asim Munir, maybe he's axed, maybe there's a coup in the army, some of the corps commanders succeed in jettisoning General Asim Munir. That is what Imran Khan supporters hope and pray will happen. Or Imran Khan, if he's lucky, he goes into exile like Mia Nawaz Sharif. If he's not lucky, and God forbid, he may end up as Benazir Bhutto or Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, or perhaps even worse. Do you see another option?
Well, not many options for him. You've spelled them out rightly so, Gaurav. These are the only options. But for the military to, and again, we'll have to wait and see what really happens to Imran Khan, if at all he's arrested on charges of treason. Things will be very different. It's not the civilian administration. If it is army, and if things and matters go to the military court, Gaurav, you and I know what happens. Will he be able to bear the brunt of the wrath of the Pakistani military in confinement and in isolation? I really don't think so. So will he
Army united? Is the Pakistan Army one entity, or are there fissures within the army? Because at least Imran Khan supporters and his cadre, they've put out videos hailing the Lahore Corps commander, saying he refused to follow an unlawful order. He did not open fire at protesters. He told his men to stand down. His men ran away, according to some reports, leaving their ammunition and arms behind. And this is where his house was targeted. So he's being hailed as a hero. Is he in the anti-General Asim Munir camp?
So there are rifts and fissures, and the reports of him having been removed because he did not take action. But look, what the action would have really cost the Pakistani army and the military a lot more. So it was a sensible decision. And at the end of the day, even if there is infighting, the infighting will not overtake overtake the interests of the Pakistani army for them to not be in power. None of the generals over here really would want to see them implode and allow a civilian dispensation to be in control of the country. That certainly is not going to happen. So an infighting, not at the cost of losing power and control over the country, because then there is no future for the Pakistani military. And that's the reason why we saw the ISPR statement this morning: no martial law, and the army stands united. The infighting, Gaurav, maybe we've not seen this kind of infighting in camps before, but camps have always been there. There are always camps where one general has an entire corps behind him, and there are certain other lieutenant generals who have their own loyalists and supporters. That continues, and that's the reason why every time you have somebody being pitted to become an ISI chief or the army chief, you will see those camps, and but fissures of this kind have not been seen before. That is absolutely true. Again, but does not mean that
the authority of the army, and especially the army chief General Asim Munir. And Geeta, if I could quickly also ask you, there are reports of a massive operation. There's been an attack on a major military camp in Pakistan, in Balochistan, in the Muslim Bagh area, and some reports seem to indicate that the casualties are massive. So bad is the situation that the Corps commander General Asif Ghafoor, remember of that Dusra Admi fame on the 27th of February, apparently General Asif Ghafoor has also gone down on ground because there are many military casualties there.
This is the challenge that Pakistan faces. One is the creation of this so-called Frankenstein's monster, because you want to keep political power. The other is creating terrorist organizations who now hit back at their own country. TTP, of course, has been an organization that has always worked against the interests of the Pakistani establishment and against Pakistan, so to say, but not controllable, because we know that the entire problem comes from Afghanistan, the Afghan Taliban, TTP, the fringe elements who go across the border and work both sides. So right now, the challenge for the Pakistani military, if I could name, if I could list them out: TTP, terrorist organizations, the problems within Balochistan because of how Baloch are treated in their own country. The discrimination against the people in Balochistan, and the reason why there are tensions there. These are major challenges that the military anyway had to focus on. Instead, we are looking at the worst financial crisis that Pakistan faces. Does the military have the wherewithal and the bandwidth to handle finance and economy of a country? No, you need a working, stable government. The country is lacking that. And finally, the political crisis that we see Pakistan embroiled in, with Imran Khan emerging as an important and a key leader, when it comes to people who've started questioning the establishment. But at the end of the day, at the end of all of this, Gaurav, it's the Pakistani military who will prevail. We don't see it any other way. If there is any other way, and I see Hamza has joined us.
That very interesting. You should mention that, Geeta, that ultimately it's the Pakistan army that will prevail. Geeta Mohan, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. It's a big story that we're tracking here from Pakistan, where the Punjab province government has ordered an inquiry against the rioters, the protesters, the arsonists, and say stern action would be taken. There would be cases of treason and terrorism that will be booked against these rioters. The Punjab police chief also went on record to say that cameras are being used, camera footage is being seen to identify the protesters. Youth have been warned, if they protest, they will not be able to get a character certificate to get a government job. If they indulge in arson, vandalism, protests, women have been told, and the women protesters, a large number of them came out on the streets for Imran Khan. They've been told they'll never get a character certificate to get a visa to go overseas. I once again want to cut across to India Today's Hamza Amir joining us for more on the story. Hamza, what more can you tell us about the inquiry that's been ordered?
Well, Gaurav, the caretaker chief minister of Pakistan's Punjab province has went to the Safe Cities headquarters today, and in there it has been decided that a joint investigation team will be formed, constituted to actually track down all the culprits through Safe City cameras, through forensics, and through identification, and every single one of them will be taken into custody under a case of terrorism, which will be heard in the anti-terror court. This has been decided that a report is also going to be formulated, made of the investigation, because the joint investigation team will be doing exactly that, and that will be also presented before the government. They've also said that everybody and anybody who was present or part of that violence since 9th of May, since Imran Khan got arrested, every single one will be identified, and they actually are going to be arrested, put under bars, under cases of terrorism, and their cases will not be heard in a normal high court or the session court. They will be heard in an anti-terror court, because they will be found as culprits who opted to terrorism-related activity to spread unrest in the province.
What we are also being told is every day pictures of the rioters are being put out on television channels, and in some instances the rioters are coming forward to apologize, say they've made a mistake, and they're saying they won't do it again. Is that true, that faces are being put out in public domain by the police?
Yes, this is being done on some networks. I have seen it, that every detail of a particular individual who has been identified as part of the culprits in the riots, their names, their details, their addresses, everything is put on the televisions, and it is being basically highlighted that every single one detail will be taken out. I think this is where the fear of arrest has been prompted among the PTI supporters as well, who have started a campaign on social media saying that I am not a terrorist, I support Imran Khan, but I am not a terrorist. So basically what they're trying to do is create a sentiment among people that they should not be taken into custody or charged under charges of terrorism. But the government seems adamant. The kind of violence we have seen, they are not ready to take any step back of leniency. They want to take action, and they have said it earlier, as I said, that they have made it clear that they are going to lodge terrorism cases against them. And also, let me tell you this, that the people, over 650 people who are arrested only in the Punjab province, they also have been, it has been stated that they are going to be kept behind bars for at least 30 days under the Maintenance of Public Order Act, because under that act, any government, provincial or federal, can arrest anybody and they can be put behind bars for at least 30 days. So that has also been established, that all the people who have been arrested are not coming out anytime soon. They are going to be staying behind bars for at least 30 days.
So is Islamabad peaceful today? Lahore peaceful? What about Karachi? What about Peshawar? What about other cities across Pakistan?
For the moment, it seems pretty peaceful, because it was very early in the morning when Imran Khan reached back into Lahore. He was basically being awaited by his supporters. A good number of people came out to welcome him, and it seems and it feels that for 2 days it is going to be more like celebrations than anything else in Lahore, especially when Imran Khan comes out and addresses to the people. And obviously, it is certainly going to be somewhat of a damage control, which we already saw last night when Imran Khan first pinpointed the army chief. The army responded with their own statement, and then he said, I did not say a word about anything wrong about the army chief himself. So I think they are trying to create a separate, different image of a pro-army, but a negative, positioning on the maneuvering into politics by the military establishment. I think this is what is going to be done. But for the moment, it's absolutely calm across Pakistan.
There were some reports, Hamza, about women protesters specially being targeted by the police. Is there merit in this criticism? Those women protesters, a number of them have been arrested. Some were ill-treated in custody. Some others have complained they were assaulted in custody. What more can you tell us?
Gaurav, I tell you what, in Lahore especially, I saw some visuals myself. Some of my own people I knew sent me those visuals when they were trying to attack security and sensitive installations. It seemed like more than men, it was the women who were leading the charge. The first hit I saw was of a woman going straight up to the gate and banging it like anything with a baton. And secondly, we've also seen that there were women security personnel in place. Yes, when we talk about protesters on the streets, there were women and children and also men. So everyone was taken into custody. As per reports, as per my sources, at least 25 females who were arrested. They were actually made to move from police station to police station throughout the night in Lahore before they got really, really tired, and they said, let us go, forgive us for what we've done, and that's when they were allowed to leave. So basically, it seems that protesters are protesters, and if they are taking the law in the hand, the government now does not seem to discriminate between women and children, even though the treatment that we've seen with many women by male police officers has certainly been condemned here. It has been criticized that if there are females who have women, who have children, who are families, they should not be mistreated by male police officers the way they have been.
So there is a terminology, and you understand better than many since you are in Pakistan. It's called software update while in custody. For the benefit of our viewers, if you could explain, what does software update of an individual while in custody mean? And since Imran Khan has also spent some time in custody, has there been a software update? His initial criticism of General Asim Munir and then his furious backpedaling. So has the system been rebooted after the software update?
Well, a software update notion in Pakistan in these days means that if someone believes that he can actually just slam and lash out at the establishment and the state institutions and just get away with it, and that is not going to happen. They picked up, they debriefed, as we say in military terms, that there is a debriefing done. They're made to be aware of what they've done and they're made to aware in a very proper way. Once they come out, they come with a new software updated in them, and they're all pro establishment and they're pro Pakistan. So this is something that we say that this is a software update. But as far as Imran Khan is concerned, it seems that it was a different shade of grey for Imran Khan when he was under custody, and an absolutely different shade of grey when he realized that he's going to be a free man, because he was in custody. He had no memory of what had gone wrong, what had happened, where he was taken, who he spoke to. He was absolutely numb when he was in the Supreme Court. But since he got to the Islamabad High Court and started seeing bail cases, bails being provided in every possible case, then he basically came back to his, again, a darker shade of grey, in which he lashed out at the army chief, which later probably he realized that he did something that might actually come back to bite him even worse than how it has happened this time. He came with a damage control statement saying that I didn't say anything wrong against the army chief. So I think Imran Khan is a different case altogether. He obviously has a public following. He cannot have a software update done the way his other leaders have been actually, the process and the screening that they've gone through. But certainly, we would definitely see a change because Imran Khan has spent 48 hours in custody, be it even in a guest house. But the kind of statements we saw, he said that he was beaten up, he was tortured, he was assaulted. Everything is now forgotten. Now it is all Imran Khan, the hero, coming out as someone who's a conqueror of Pakistan's proudness. And
you should say that. Interesting, you should say that. In fact, I want our viewers to look at those reports and look at that report. It was Imran Khan, the conqueror, who returned to Lahore. The way rose petals were being showered on his vehicle. But before we bring you that packet, Hamza, just last 30 seconds. How is Pakistan dealing with this situation? The political turmoil, the existential crisis, the financial crisis. Is there food in markets for people to eat? Are they being able to afford that food? Are they working? What's the financial situation of the common man in Pakistan?
Gaurav, the situation is not good at all. The inflation levels are really, really high for people who are on job. They've lost their jobs. In the past 2 days, the people who used to work on deliveries, they couldn't get work, so they've been sitting idle. Fuel prices have gone up. Tariff prices of electricity and gas have been sky high. And it is absolutely it's absolutely difficult for a normal man or a normal person to even manage his own household and bills these days, because there is no job. The jobs have shrunk out, the earnings have shrunk out, and the expenses have gone up extensively high. And even in the coming days, there is no sight of relief for Pakistan, because the economic situation is bad. The IMF package is not coming back into its revival mode. The government has now actually been forced to even think of a probability of imposing an emergency that, as I said yesterday, in the federal cabinet, it was actually weighed and suggested. And it was opposed by a coalition party member. But it is something that the government is now forced to rethink about. Not to forget, in June, we have a financial budget coming in as well. So before the budget, the government wants to ensure that the IMF package revival happens. If that does not happen, it is going to be absolute chaos as far as finance is concerned, as far as the economy is concerned. And Pakistan is on a economic meltdown, right hanging on its head. And if that does not so happen, then it is going to be hell for the government and at the same time for the country at large, because the people already are going through a very, very difficult time in Pakistan.
Keep tracking that story, Hamza. I will come back to you for more. Hamza Amir in Islamabad. For the moment, many thanks. But as Hamza was saying, Imran Khan, after having spent 48 hours in custody at the Islamabad police lines, where he alleged he was beaten with sticks, returned home a conqueror, a hero. Rose petals were showered on his vehicle. What's his next strategy? We'll report on that. But I leave you with this report as we slip into a quick break. News and updates continue on India Today. Stay with us.
Chaos, drama and gunshots. 7 hours after he got bail, Pakistan's ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan walked out of court amid heavy security. Minutes later, he levelled a kidnapping charge against the IG of the Islamabad police.
IG इस्लामाबाद ने पूरी कोशिश की रोकने की। 3 घंटे में वो रोका छोड़ा कि जी बड़ा डेंजरस है। तो जब सड़क पर निकले बाहर, हमने जोर लगा के उसे कहा कि हम सारे, मैं पाकिस्तान को बताऊंगा कि तुम ये किडनैप कर रहे हो, हमें जबरदस्ती रोक रहे हो। फिर उसकी प्रेशर के ऊपर उसने छोड़ा।
Firing was reported on route from the Islamabad High Court to his house. Imran was told to go back inside the court due to security reasons. As his release got delayed, Imran angrily commented how he had to wait 3 hours even after getting bail in all cases before he was set free.
अब 3 घंटे हो गए हैं। 3 घंटे से मुझे इन्होंने यहाँ रखा हुआ है अदालत के अंदर, जाने नहीं दे रहा है। कभी कोई बहाना मारते हैं, कभी कोई बहाना मारते हैं। मैं आज सारी कौम को कह रहा हूँ कि अदालत ने मुझे हर जगह बेल दे दी है। मेरे ऊपर अब कोई केस नहीं है, मैं आजाद हूँ।
The former Pakistan Prime Minister has protection from arrest till May 17th. the PTI chief has raised the stakes in his battle with the army. He has warned Army Chief Asim Munir that he will lose his post once Imran is back in power.
It's not the security agency. It's one man, the army chief. There's no democracy in that in the army. The army is getting maligned by what is happening right now. And sadly, the events that happened when I was inside, I only found out afterwards.
Imran Khan also appealed to his supporters to stay calm. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif has slammed the Chief Justice of Pakistan, who had given relief to Imran on Thursday.
Chief Justice Supreme Court ने ये तो कहा कि आपको देख के बड़ी खुशी हुई है। ये भी कह देते कि आप कौम का 60 अरब रुपया लूट कर आए हैं, तो आपको मिलकर बड़ी खुशी हुई।
करार हासिल करने की कोशिश में है।
Sharif's daughter Maryam Nawaz Sharif also took a jibe at Imran Khan, claiming that the PTI chief was hiding inside the court, fearing his arrest. The fight between Imran and army comes at a time that Pakistan is battling economic bankruptcy. The political crisis has pushed Pakistan further into abyss. Bureau Report, India Today.